Hi, welcome to NYP Music Theory. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to complete a trio sonata. This is taken from ABRSM Grade 8 Music Theory, 2023B, Question 1. Read the question very carefully. Complete the violin parts in the following extract adapted from a concerto grosso by Corelli, following the figuring shown under the basso continuo. Step 1 is to have a bird's eye view. I will look into the tempo, the key, the rhythmic pattern, ties, accidentals, figure bass for 7 chords and suspensions. Look at the tempo. It is allegro, means lively. The key signature has 1 flat. And by analyzing the first chord, F, A, C, we confirm this is in F major. For the rhythmic pattern, we observe the 4 quavers patterns here in violin 1 and violin 2, and they are a third apart. There is a 4 quavers pattern in the basso continuo in bar 1, and also for violin 1 in bar 6. In bar 10, the basso continuo has 2 groups of 4 quavers pattern. Now let's look at the ties. Sometimes the tie will imply suspension. Here, confirmed to have a suspension because of the figure bass 4-3. And we know that the tie is a preparation, then come to the downbeat as a suspension and resolve downwards by step. So we can drop down B flat to A here. Another tie is found in bar 8 to bar 9. And this B flat looks like the 7th note of the chord. So the 7th note is being prepared by the previous note or chord tone and resolved downwards by step. Just take note of this at this moment. Now we'll look at the accidentals. Here's a B natural and another one in the basso continuo. This will prompt us to think of a transient modulation to C major. So we can drop down C major 5-7 B 1 because the sharpened note usually resolve upwards by step, and we can think of the dominant key of F major. So probably this is a transient modulation. As we look at the last crotchet beats in violin 1, the B flat comes back. And further down towards the bass line, there is a C to F. It looks like F major 5-1 or 5-7 to 1. So up to here, F major is back. But immediately after that, we have a B natural here. And in the basso continuo, because of the 7 natural, that means from the bass, the 3rd note is a B, will be a natural. In here, we take note that the B flat comes back. But further down, there is a B natural and a C sharp, and it looks like a melodic minor. If we confirm this is a D minor is the relative minor of F major. So we can assume this is the 7th note and the 6th note. Both are raised, so a melodic minor. And at the end, we can confirm this is a 5-1 in D minor. It looks like C sharp on top of the bass A. So we can jot down all these significant hints. Lastly, we will look at the figure bass for 7 chords and suspensions. I assume that you know without figure means root position of a triad. A 6 means first inversion of a triad. With accidental, that means the 3rd from the bass has the accidental here. 7-6 is a suspension. We can observe the G on top. The 7 will resolve downwards to a 6. That means there will be an F on top. 6-5 is the first inversion of a 7th chord. 4-2 is the third inversion of a 7th chord. And here we have 4-3 suspension 2 times. We can jot down the important suspension for later use. The B flat and A is already given. B flat is a 4th on top of F. Then B flat resolved downwards by step will be a 3. So same principle applied to this 4-3. We can put the F and E over here. Since first violin has a G, so definitely the F and E will be given in violin 2. 7 is the root position of a 7 chord. And all these we have mentioned before. Just take note that there are a couple of 7 chords. Towards the end, we also have 4-2, 4-2, 6-5, 6-5, and here 9-6 is a suspension. So we can assume there is an E on top and resolve downwards by step to D. All right, now we can move on to step 2. This is to jot down the chord tones by names or note heads. Or you can put all these in your head. That means you don't have to write out the letter names or the note head like this. But for the understanding of some students, I still write out the letter names so you can follow my explanation. The first chord is FAC. I underline the root to double check the root is in the bass. F, F, A. A 6 means the F is the third of the chord, so it must be a D, F, A chord. And now I underline the F, that means F, the third is in the bass. G, B, D. Remember B natural is given, so we also have to write it out to make the note more accurate. G is in the bass, and we have a B and D. Next one is a 7. It's A, C, E, G. A is in the bass, and G on top is the 7th note. Just now we mentioned about the 7th note usually is prepared by the previous chord and then resolved downwards by step when it resolves. So here is the 6. That means F, A, C. We have A here. That means definitely there should be an F here. Next bar is G, B, D, F. And continue with 5. That means this is just a 5-3 root position. So it must be C, E, G. 4-2 is the third inversion of a chord. That means C is the 7th note. D, F, A, C. C is in the bass. 6-5, G, B, D, F. Remember, G is still a natural, so we have to write it out and continue with the C, E, G, D, F, A, and E, G, B flat. Remember, the B flat comes back. So I use the same principle to write out all the letter names here. You can stop the video and double check and see if you really understand. For some of the notes, I can jot it down at this moment because definitely this is a correct answer. Like the 4-3 here, 4 is F. Then resolve downwards by step is a E. Next chord has a E also, so we put after the previous E because the 7th note has to be prepared. Similar to this B natural is considered as a raised note or sharpened notes in flat keys. Sharpened note usually resolve upwards by step. So I put a C here, and the C is within this C, E, G chord. Same as the G, B natural, D, F here, I can easily put the B natural to confirm the position here, because the previous note, C, is the 7th note. Being prepared, and then resolve downwards by step. Remember this principle. The 7th note is prepared and resolves downwards by step. And the same principle applies to suspensions. The preparation, the suspension, they are the same note and resolve downwards by step. Now the last line, I just show another way of jotting down the notes, so we can visualize every single note in the chord. But it is up to you to continue to use lettering, or from the beginning you use this method. The next step is to jot down the notes on the staff. We can check vertically. F, A, C. If I put a C, the C is also one of the chord tone, but it will be further down and will be against the rule of resolving the 7th note. So F will be the more appropriate answer. Next chord is G, B, D, F. So the 7th note F has to be prepared. So I put the F next to the previous F and resolve downwards by step. Then we need a G, G, B, D, F. The 5th is being omitted, and it is always okay to omit the 5th. The next chord is a C, E, G chord. So I have a C, E, I need a G. So I continue to use a G because afterwards I can combine these two Gs as a minimum and looks like following the pattern from the volume 1. D, F, A, C, I will continue to move stepwise movement downwards. D, F, there's no A, omit the 5th is always okay. And then C here. The 7th note resolved downwards by step, so the bass is a B natural. G, B, D, F. At this moment, I don't have a G here, but it's okay to jot down the F first. Later on, we can make amendment. All right, so next bar is all given. We just continue to analyze. Now let's look at bar 4. Here is a 4/3 suspension. So we have the B flat and A, which is given. Then we need F, A, C. We need a C. So I jot down the C here and continue to move upwards. We need an F here because of next chord. We need a preparation for this suspension. Preparation, suspension, resolution. And continue with this 7th chord, preparation, 7th note, resolve downwards by step. After this, we have B flat, D, F. So I put the F over here. For the 3rd beat, C, E, G, B flat. C is here, omit the 5th, and then the B flat is the 7th note. 7th note resolve downwards by step. Here is an F, A, C. F is on top, A, and C. Next chord is G, B flat, D, F. The 7th note is an F, so we need a preparation. Preparation, 7th note, resolve downwards by step. We'll fill up this one as G, B flat, D is the 5th omitted, then F. Next chord is also a 7 chord, C, E, G, B flat. So we found that B flat is prepared and resolve downwards by step. C, E, G is omitted, then we have B flat. This minimum F is F, A, C. We have an F here in the basso continuo and the first violin F. So we need an A over here. We can make it long or change some of the notes, but we can do it later on. The important notes are here, and if you observe, there are some repeated notes, which is later on we can tie it up, or to make it a minim, so we can have imitation of the same rhythmic pattern. In bar 7, this part is C, E, G chord, and we have E and G. We need a C. Just now we mentioned about the sharpened note resolved upwards by step. And here we need F, D, F, A, C. The 7th note is here, being prepared and resolved downwards by step, which is a B natural. Let's come to the last line. Here is a C, E, G chord. So we have C, C, E. If you put a G somewhere here, let's refer back to bar 7. In bar 7, we have a B natural here. The B natural usually resolve upwards by step. So here we need a C. And this one, F, you may like to resolve to G. But if you put a G here, we will miss the third, C, C. And usually a triad, we need the third instead of the fifth. So I will just put the F resolved downwards to E. For the second beat, A, C, E chord, we have the A on top given, A, C, so the E is over here. 4-2 is a 7th chord, D, F, A, C. We have D, F, A is omitted, and then the C continued. The 7th note prepared and resolved downwards by step. This is G, B flat, D. So we need the root on top, and here is the D. 4-2 is a 7th chord, C, E, G, B flat. So this B flat is prepared by the previous chord and then resolved downwards by step. C is nearer to D and then E is nearer to G. So we resolve the chord to the nearest possible note. Second beat is F, A, C. We have A, A here, so definitely we prefer an F on top. Now come to the B natural. This is G, B natural, D, F. We have the G already, B natural, then on top we would like to put the F because this is the 7th note. And then 7th note being prepared by the previous note, resolve downwards to E for this chord, A, C sharp, E, G. The G is already here to prepare to resolve downwards by step. 9-6 suspension, D, F, A. We need a 9th, that is a E on top. So this suspension is being prepared, then resolved by step downwards. So the second beat here, D, F, A. We have D, F, and this one, whether you go to A or just keep the F, at this moment, I will think I keep the F. The third beat, E, G, B flat, D. We can put the D by the side of the previous D. This is prepared. D is the 7th note and resolve downwards by step. E is the root. Finally, to 5-1 cadence, A, C sharp, E. Then after that, we will finish everything. And now you can see, again, we keep the double note. Later on, you can combine them to a minim, another minim, another minim. So 3 notes by step down, and will form the imitation in volume 2, a minim here, a minim F, and then a minim E. Before we listen to it, I will show you some of the important Roman numerals. Actually, if I don't need to jot down the letter names of the chord, and I don't need to write a notehead on the staff here. I will immediately write the Roman numerals in the very beginning. And it is good to have this habit for us to understand the chord progressions and the relation between the modulation and the cadences and etc. Now you can see we join the dots and very clearly of some imitations, like here a minimum, step down, and step down. Here we can continue to have minimum and step down. This one, just now we said we omit the G, and now you can delay the F and put a G over here. Or you may just keep G as a minimum and F as a minimum, then resolve downwards. The tied notes also being imitated like a conversation. And then the 4 quavers rhythm continue. Another minimum descending 3 times here, 3 times here, and 3 times here. So the importance of observing imitations are very important in trio sonata. Of course, for the final check, we have to check accidentals according to the figure base. All right, now let's listen to it. Thanks for watching. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe, like, share, and comment below. See you in the next video.